Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Jaya Guru Raya. Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Jaya Guru Raya. Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Jaya Guru Raya. Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Jaya Guru Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama Ram, Rama 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 Ram. Rama Ram, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Jaya Guru Raya. Ratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Jaya Guru Raya. Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Jaya Guru Raya. Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Jaya Guru Raya. Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram. Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Jaya Guru Raya. Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Jaya Guru Raya. Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama Ram, Rama Rama Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Jaya Guru Raya. Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Jaya Guru Raya. Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Rama 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 Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Jaya Guru Raya. Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram. Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram. Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Jaya Guru Raya. Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Jaya Guru Raya. Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram. Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram. Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Jaya Guru Raya. Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Jaya Guru Raya. Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram. Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram. Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Jaya Guru Raya. Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Jaya Guru Raya. Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Jaya Guru Raya. Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram. Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram. Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Jaya Guru Raya. Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Jaya Guru Raya. Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram. Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram. Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Jaya Guru Raya. Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Jaya Guru Raya. Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram. Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram. Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Jaya Guru Raya. Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Jaya Guru Raya. Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Jaya Guru Raya. Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram. Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama Rama. Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Jaya Guru Raya. Ratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Jaya Guru Raya. Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Jaya Guru Raya. Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar. Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram. Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama Rama Rama. Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram. Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram. Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Jaya Guru Raya. Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar. Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Jaya Guru Raya. Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram. Rama 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 Ram, 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 Rama 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 Ram. Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram. Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Jaya Guru Raya. Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Jaya Guru Raya. Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Jaya Guru Raya. Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Jaya Guru Raya. Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram. Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram. Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram. Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Jaya Guru Raya. Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Jaya Guru Raya. Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Jaya Guru Raya. Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Jaya Guru Raya. Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram. Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram. Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram. Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Jaya Guru Raya. Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Jaya Guru. Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Jaya Guru Raya. Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram. Rama 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 Ram, 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 Rama 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 Ram. Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Jaya Guru Raya. Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Jaya Guru Raya. Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Jaya Guru Raya. Suratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Jaya Guru Raya. Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram. Ram Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama Rama Ram. Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram. Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Jaya Guru Raya. Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Jaya Guru Raya. Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Jaya Guru Raya. Kumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Jaya Guru Raya. Rama 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 Ram, Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Jai Guru Raya. Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Jai Guru Raya. Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Jai Guru Raya. Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Jai Guru Raya. Rama 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 Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Jai Guru Raya. Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Jai Guru Raya. Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Jai Guru Raya. Rama 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 Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Jai Guru Raya. Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Jai Guru Raya. Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Jai Guru Raya. Suratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar. Rama 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 Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Jai Guru Raya. Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Jai Guru Raya. Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Jai Guru Raya. Rama 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 Ram Rama 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 Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Jai Guru Raya. Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Jai Guru Raya. Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Jai Guru Raya. Rama 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 Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Jaya Guru Raya. Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Jaya Guru Raya. Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Jaya Guru Raya. Raya.
Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Jaya Guru Raya.
Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Jaya Guru Raya. Rama 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 Ram, 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 Rama 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 Ram. Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Jaya Guru Raya. Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Jaya Guru Raya. Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Jaya Guru Raya. Rama 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 Rama, Rama 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 Rama, Rama Rama Rama, Rama 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 Rama, Rama 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 Rama, Rama 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 Rama, Rama Bhagwan Shri Yogi Ramsuratkumar ki jai. Sarvam Yogi Ramsuratkumar Arpanamastu. We have been blessed with one more twilight evening, a very special time meant for worship. There's a very strong spiritual current, no matter what the weather is, how the world is. This evening twilight is filled with the worship of all the devatas, all the beings of the cosmos and beyond. It's with deep gratitude that we have offered the Nama lotuses at the holy feet of Bhagwan. Every day morning, when we start the early morning chanting, Bhagwan gives us a new, fresh day with 24 hours. And what's more, by his grace, we are able to start the day with the auspicious divine name of Bhagwan. What more can we ask for? To start the day with the auspicious sacred Nama of Bhagwan, who is at once our Guru, God and grace. So it's up to us to fill the day with this Nama and deepen our kinship with him. And do everything as an offering to him. Even little movements of the hand and the thoughts
We can worship him with flowers. We can worship him with our thoughts. We can worship him with our words. And we can worship him with our actions. And worship him with our actions, words and thoughts, the highest puja. It is subtler and stronger and invokes greater blessing from him. Now, it's the glory of the Nama. We saw a story in Tamil this morning, which I shall repeat now. It's not that you do not know, or you may not know at all. Whatever it is, it's better to recall, remember these again and again and again. I've heard many people say, oh, I have read it. But our reading it once or remembering it once will be very different from when we remember it 25th time or 30th time. This is what Bhagwan insisted. Repetition. Repetition of the Nama, repetition of the prayer, repetition of Swadhyaya, reading of the divine books. Repetition has power. Now the story is a Bhagavat, a devotee, a very ardent devotee of Lord Krishna, was expounding Bhagavatha. He was giving Bhagavata pravachan. The villagers were all around, listening with rapt attention. And suddenly, a chori, a thief, appeared on the scene. And he saw how absorbed the villagers were in the description of Bhagavatam, of Krishna. So he became very curious and he began to listen too. And that was the time the Bhagavat chose to describe the jewels, those divine jewels worn by Lord Krishna and his brother Balarama. He went on to describe in elaboration the kundala, the earwear, and the neckwears, the necklaces, and the varied ornaments of such beauty and divinity. The finger rings, the bangles, the anklets, and whatnot. Now the thief really got absorbed in all this, and all the time a desire was burning in him to steal all those ornaments. There was a very deep desire to find this Krishna and Balarama somehow and steal all those ornaments. They seemed very expensive, and if he did it once, he wouldn't have to do this thieving once again. So deciding, he came close to the Bhagavat at the end of the pravachan and asked him, who is this Balarama? Who is this Krishna? Where do I find them? I want to see them with all those ornaments. He wouldn't tell them that he wanted to steal. Then the Bhagavat, with great enthusiasm and playfully, said, oh, these people would come if you call out to them. You just go into that forest and call out, Krishna, Balarama, Krishna, Balarama. Keep on repeating and go in search of them. They would surely appear. And then this man, he did not know really that they were gods and they belonged to another age. He trusted every word of what the Bhagavat said, and then with great enthusiasm and eagerness, he entered the forest and began to call out, Krishna, Balarama, Krishna, Balarama. The whole day, he was calling out, going here and there, searching for such people full of ornaments. His target. And then the dusk came. He was very tired, thirsty, hungry, and yet the desire grew and grew to such an extent he could no more stay even for a minute without calling out the name. Now, with great longing, he began to call out, Krishna, Balarama, Krishna, Balarama, come soon. I want to see those ornaments. And he wouldn't say, I want to steal, because if he said that, they would run away. So he kept on calling out, and at some point, those two appeared with all those ornaments, exactly as described by the Bhagavath. Now imagine the condition of this man who was searching for them the whole day, calling out the name and calling out the name of Krishna and Balarama. How he must have been filled with the vibrations of the divine. And yet the thought of stealing did not leave him. So when they appeared, the first thought that came to him was, okay, my, such beautiful ornaments, glowing. And they would be worth crores of rupees. And I don't have to steal again. And then he was enjoying the ornaments first, and then slowly his eyes fell upon Lord Krishna. And then the miracle happened. He was completely lost in the beauty of Krishna. And he could no more think of anything else. And Krishna, so large-hearted and full of compassion, even for the thief, came near with Balarama and said, you want to steal these ornaments, you want them? Okay, here they are. Come, you remove it from me. So he went near and he touched Krishna to remove the ornaments, and then he became ecstatic. Every other thought left him, and he was filled with the charm of Krishna and his divinity. But then Krishna would not leave his play halfway. He had to complete the drama. He said, my friend, here are they. And then they removed all the jewels, both Krishna and Balarama. They took their upper garment and put all the ornaments, bundled them, and said, look, you take it home. He said, I don't know who you are, but I am filled with your presence and beauty. I have no heart to steal any of this. I don't want them anymore. It's enough. I saw you, the divinities, and what more can I ask for? Krishna laughed and said, no, no, no. You came with the intention of stealing all this. Now you take them. You can give it to the Bhagavath. You can show to the Bhagavath that you have got us and you've got these ornaments. They forced this thief to take them, to take the bundle. So when the thief left the forest and brought those jewels to the Bhagavata, he was astounded. He said, what? You saw Krishna and Balarama? And he opened the jewels, and to his great wonder and joy and ecstasy, he saw the very ornaments he was describing every time he expounded Bhagavata. And he could not believe his eyes that this fellow, a thief, had found Krishna and Balarama and got those jewels. Immediately he said, please take me there. I would like to see them also. He said, it's very simple. You just have to call out their names. That's all I did. And it was not even longing for them. I only longed for their jewels. And I was calling out the Nama. So you have to do the same thing. Come anyway, I will try to show you. And then he took them into the forest. And no matter how much he called out, he could see Krishna and Balarama, and the Bhagavat could not see. In spite of his exposition, in spite of his giving Saptaham so many times, he was still not qualified to see those divine beings. We learn from the story that just calling out the name of the divine, even if it is to steal the ornaments, the Nama works, the Nama helps to see the very being whose name we call out. Even if you are a thief or a sinner, and even if you want God for your own reasons, if you still call out the name, you can be very sure, at the end of which there's a beautiful divine darshan with all the gifts of grace. The story beautifully explains how the Nama helps. Even if you have worldly desires, it doesn't matter because we have been made so. We have been designed, our life, our very body, have all been designed specially and specifically to suit a set of karmas, to work out a set of karmas. And so no matter what our vasanas are, our past impressions are, and our desires are, as long as we connect with the name of God, we can be sure there is salvation, liberation from all that we long for. And we land with the darshan of the divine, which is no small grace. Even to get to sing, Sita Ramdas Swami says, if you have sinned so much, to a sinner, he would be very indifferent to the name of the divine. He won't be able to go to the place where the Nama is going on. The Nama is being sung. After some purification, he would be able to visit the place and hear the Nama. And after some hearing, he would be able to sing. So not that everybody gets to sing the name of God. It takes some qualification again. It takes some purity to be able to be there where the Sankirtan is going on and to join and sing with joy. So this story, and there are many, many such stories to say, how the Nama is Nami himself. And our Bhagwan often reiterated that you call out the name of God, you call out the name of Shiva, Shiva is instantly present. You call out Rama, the meaning of the word Rama is Rama's presence. And so Rama is instantly present. You call out Yogi Ramsuratkumar, my father is instantly present. So when we all of us sing together, you can imagine how much must be the vibrant presence of the Lord, or Bhagwan Yogi Ramsuratkumar. Sometimes we could see him moving about, waving his hands, filling us with his grace. So whenever we sing the name, let us sing with a prayer, Bhagwan, please make me feel your presence in me. I know you are present the minute I call out your name, but I want to enjoy your presence, experience your vibrant presence in me. Let me be aware of your presence. So with this prayer, with a faith that the minute you start singing, he is present in you, he is awake, and He is listening to your singing. We do the chanting and we would know instantly the divine presence. We shall offer our today's prayer at the Lord's feet of Bhagwan. Bhagwan, we have been getting disturbing news of the rains and the fourth wave of corona and whatnot. But we all know that you are the cosmic controller and you run the whole cosmos, and you have created these situations for reasons of your own. Though we don't understand anything at all, we seek your blessings for relief, immediate relief. We beg you again and again, because that's all we can do, and that we do 1,000,000 times, for your immediate divine intervention to free this world from these drastic fury of nature and the virulent clutches of these viruses of the body and the mind, and bring back normalcy in all aspects of life. Yes, the viruses of the mind too. Only you can uproot all these negativities of the mind too. And we beg you for the protection and all-round welfare of all those selfless people who are already working so hard for the sake of the others. And we beg you again for a lift to our economy. And we pray, seeking your blessings, your powerful, sacred blessings for constant remembrance of your name, knowing not a single Nama goes waste. The minute we call out first time, you are present and you are listening. Please make us aware of this, and we beg you to be powerful, good instruments in your hands and not caught by the Maya of the world, so that we could run our everyday life as an offering to you. And finally, we seek that supreme grace for our complete transformation, so that we could feel your vibrant, living presence everywhere, in everything, and all the time. We beg you for your blessings to be able to see only your leelas in all happenings of life. And we beg you, most importantly, for that specific hidden grace, even in the most disastrous experiences of life, the most devastating suffering of life, knowing your invisible, subtle grace behind it is meant for our spiritual growth, for our greater good, for our closer kinship with you. And Bhagwan, we seek your blessings not only for the humanity, but all, the entire spectrum of species of the cosmos, to be liberated from their sins, whatever state they are in, so that none of us will have another janma. We seek that precious, supreme grace for eternal living in you, the eternal entity. Jai Yogi Ramsuratkumar.